Shalom, Israel, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under Commanding General Yohana, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And our mission is to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true identity according to the Bible, and that the oppressed of the devil the Bible speaks of. Crossing of the staff would symbolize no officer or called up to the podium may come up to the podium, or not called up to the podium may come to the podium. You see me smoke through that. La Yasha'Allah, which means Israel. Majum, which means to rise. Wapanguapodon means turn the face to east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abinawu, Shabashamayu, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuka, Daba'a, Watazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayu, Lakan, Lanawu, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Basalakunawu, Kawafinawu, Kasalakunawu, Kawafinawu, Wala'a, Tabiana, Bonasawan, Abba, Awasarna, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalaku, Wala'ala, Wataporth, Labalayim, Amon. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakat, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Baba Kashah. Lathamanawa. Hakat. Hakat. La Vapa'ah. Call Makala. Call Madawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazaraya. Hakat. Lahathium. Hamathium. Hakat. Arakawa. Latama. The Garsham, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, throughout our month, in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all men of sickness and all men of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushua, wa Naka Allah, wa Alahaya, Matazah Ba'a, Alawat Yohana. Alawathium, Azariah, Ha'akotazayim, Ha'akayim, Wa'akothium, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, throughout our month, in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, commanding John Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. Anointing prayers in the Hebrew. Yabaraka Yahweh, Wa Shamarka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Ayaka, Ayakanka, Yeshua, Yahweh, Yahweh, Ayaka, Vayasham, Lakab, Salam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Shalaki. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'an, Yahweh, Ashah, Shamayam, Baravatazah, Ayatan, Lamawat, Lugogala, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, and Lawam, Wala'ah, Yashon, Shamamar, Yashma'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazawaka, Wayad, Yamuka, Yalamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarat, Ba'ala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Mukal, Rod, Yashamar, Athapaska, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazawaka, Owuwaka, Mike, Line, Awulam, in the English. I will lift my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite you by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Tamayat, Lakab, Takaras, Wa'al, Tasakwat, Al, Kaya, Anah, Abiyabuka, Yahama, Yawam, Wa'ash, Amaka, Yarayamba, Sawada, Wa'atasawa, Atazabawanyaka, Amaru, Lakawa, Nakidam, Magoya, Walaa, Yashakar, Sham, Neswa'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Not Itasawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Wayak, Agarathwa, Alahaya, Alawam, Wa Shamai, Alayam, Maba'aba, Wagaria, Gabal, Waimawan, Wamalak, Palasha, Yeshabu, Tazawu, Gam, Asawu, Nalawa, Imam, Ayawa, Lazarai, Labunya, Lawat, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadi, Kasajashara, Kayabi, Manakal, Kuyashwan, Nashamadwa, Mayandari, Hayawa, Damam, Ladatma, Sayatumba, Nada, Yadmadwa, Kaira, Wakasaaba, Wakasabak, Wakatazal, Manad, Call, Nasa Yakumba, Ashar, Amaru, Nasara'a, Lanawa, Nawak, Alahaya, Samiyah, Sayatumba, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapunya, Mabukar, Kaach, Dabaira, Yaira, Wukalaaba, Talaha, Talahat, Havayan, Khan, Navadatma, Basaraka, Wasabasa, Wapaka, Dabalum, Mala'a, Punyaham, Kolawan, Wayabashua, Wayabakwashua, Sumka, Yahweh, Sabashua, Wayabarwa, Adia, Ayat, Wagaparva, Waya Abadwa, Wadaira, Aya, Atha, Sumka, Yahweh, Labaka, Ayawon, Al, Call, Ratazar. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make it to moat, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from me in the nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Naman, and Namalek, and the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also was joined with them. They are hoping unto the Allah. Say, La, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to the Sarah, as to the Jabin, at the brook of Kazan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung before the earth. Make the nobles like a red, like Zeb, yea, all the princes, as Zeba and as Amunah, who say, Let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as a storm before the wind, as a fire burneth the wood, and as a flame setteth the mountain on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sar, which means turn. Shavi means to be seated. We're going to get it in the Hebrew. Hebrews. Let's see. We had Joshua chapter 8, verse 1. In the Hebrew, the Blue Letter Bible. Joshua. Joshua chapter 8, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Amar, Yahweh, Yahushua, all, all, Layara, all, Aka, Kwa, Amad, Ak, Ka, Am, Hama, Kama, Wakwam, Allah, Ah, oh, it's like it. Hayu, Hayu, Haya, Ra, the Ya, Fayata, Ah, Malak, Malak, Ha, Haya, Wa, Emawu, Wa, Ayurawu, Wa, Ayatazawa. Verse 2. Wa Aisha Ya, Laaya, Laaya, Walamalaka, Kasar, Aisha Ya, Ayarayaka, Kawu, Walamalaka, Kwa, Shalaha, Wa, Waba, Hamal, Ha, That was all. Become. Sayam. La. Ira. La Yar. Ma'akabaya. Verse 3. Wayaquam. Yahushua. Ukal. Hamala Kama. La'ai Lawak. Ha'ayu. Wayabukar. Yahusha. Shalay. Salat Sayam. Alatazar. Ayash. Kabarayu. Hakayar. Wayash Shalakam. Wayala. Verse 4. Wayatazawa. Atham. La'amar. La'awa. Atham. Arabayam. La'yar. La'yar. Ma'akavaya. Ha'ayar. Al. Tabaka Yakwabu. Mom. Hayar. Ma'ab. Wayahaya Yayitham. Kalakam. Lakanayim. Verse 5. Wayanayim. Ukal. Ha'ayim. Asar. Atayim. Lakurab. Al. Hayar. Wahaya. Kaya. Yo Tatawa Abu. Lahakwa Ra'a. Tanawu. Kashar. Baba Ashana. Unasanawu. Lepanayaham. Lepanayaham. Verse 6. Wiyata wa Iowa. Akar Vayanawa. I. Haikwa Yayakwanawa. Hawatham. Mom. Hayar. Kaya. Yaama Marva. Nasayam. Lepanayanawa. Kashar. Baba Ashayana. Unasayanawa. Lepanayaham. Verse 7. Wa'atham. Tokomawa. Maha'a. Maha'a. Wa. Ra'a. Ma. Ra'ba. Waha. Wa was Waha wa Rashatham. Ah. Hayar. Wanathawana. Yahweh. Alahayakam. Vaya Dakam. It's time to take back our true identity, man, which is the Lashawan Kodash. You know what I'm saying? We took the time to learn English, took the time to learn every goddamn heathen nation language there was. But we don't want to take the time out to learn the most holy language that was put on the face of the earth, which is the Lashawan Kodash, the Hebrew, the holy tongue. You understand? Now we're gonna get it into English. Joshua chapter 8, verse 1. It's not right there. Joshua chapter 8, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Fear not, neither be thou dismayed. Take all the people of war with thee, and arise. Go up to Ai. See, I have given into thy hand the king of Ai, and his people, and his city, and his land. Verse 2. And thou shalt do to Ai and her king, Aya, and her king, as thou didst unto Jericho and her king. Only the spoil thereof and the cattle thereof shall ye take for a prey unto yourselves. Let thee an ambush for the city behind it. Verse 3. So Joshua arose, and all the people of the war to go up against Ai, and Joshua chose out 30,000 mighty men of Balar, and sent them away by night. Verse 4. And he commanded them, saying, Behold, ye shall lie in wait against the city, even behind the city. Go not very far from the city, but be ye all ready. Verse 5. Take it out, just like it. Verse 5. And I and all the people that are with me will approach unto the city, and it shall come to pass, when they come out against us, as at the first, that we will flee before them. Verse 6. For they will come after us, till we have drawn them from the city. For they will say, They flee before us, as at the first, therefore we will flee before them. Verse 7. Then ye shall rise up from the ambush and seize upon the city, for the Lord your God will deliver it into your hands. Verse 8. And it shall be, when ye have taken the city, that ye shall set the city of fire on fire. According to the commandments of the Lord shall ye do. See, I have commanded you. Verse 9. Joshua, therefore send them forth, and they went to lie in ambush, and abode between Bethel and Ai, on the west side of Ai. But Joshua lauded that night among the people. Verse 10. And Joshua rose up early in the morning, and numbered the people, and went up, he and the elders of Israel, before the people to Ai. Verse 11. And all the people, even the people of war that were with him, went up and drew nigh, and came before the city, and pitched on the north side of Ai. Now there was a valley between them and Ai. Verse 11. And he took about 5,000 men and set them to lie in ambush between Bethel and Ai, on the west side of the city. Verse 13. And when they had set the people, even all the host that was on the north of the city, and their liars, and wait on the west of the city, Joshua went that night into the midst of the valley. Into the midst of the valley. Verse 14. And it came to pass, when the king of Ai saw it, that they hasted and rose up early, and the men of the city went out against Israel to battle, he and all his people at a time appointed, before the plain but he wished not that there were liars in ambush against him behind the city. Verse 15. And Joshua and all Israel made as if they were beaten before them, and fled by the way of the wilderness. Verse 16. And all the people that were in Ai were called together to pursue after them. And they pursued after Joshua, and were drawn away from the city. Verse 17. And there was not a man left in Ai or Bethel that went not out after Israel. And they left the city open, and pursued after Israel. Verse 18. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Stretch out thy spear that is in thy hand towards Ai, for I will give it into thy hand. And Joshua stretched out the spear that he had in his hand towards the city. Verse 19. And the ambush arose quickly out of their place, and they ran as soon as he had stretched out his hand, and they entered into the city and took it, and hasted, and set the city on fire. Verse 20. And when the men of Ai looked behind them, they saw, and behold, the smoke of the city ascended up to heaven, and they had no power to flee this way or that way. And the people that fled to the wilderness turned back upon the pursuers. Verse 21. And when Joshua and all Israel saw that the ambush had taken the city, and that the smoke of the city ascended, then they turned again and slew the men of Ai. Verse 22. And the other issued out of the city against them. So they were in the midst of Israel, some of this side, some on this side, and some on that side, and they smote them, so that they let not of them remain or escape. Verse 23. And the king of Ai they took alive and brought him to Joshua. Verse 24. And it came to pass, when Israel had made an end of slaying all the inhabitants of Ai in the field, in the wilderness, wherein they chased them, and when they were all fallen on the edge of the sword, hold on, taking notes. Fallen on the edge of the sword until they were consumed. Then all the Israelites returned unto Ai and smote it with the edge of the sword. Verse 25. And so it was that all that fell that day, both of men and women, were 12,000, even all the men of Ai. Verse 26. For Joshua drew not his hand back, wherewith he stretched out the spear, until he had utterly destroyed all the inhabitants of Ai. Verse 27. Only the cattle and the spoil of that city Israel took for a prey unto themselves, according unto the word of the Lord, which he commanded Joshua. Verse 28. And Joshua burnt Ai and made it an heap forever, even a desolation unto this day. Verse 29. And the king of Ai hanged on a tree until eventide. And as soon as the sun was down, Joshua commanded that they should take his carcass down from the tree and cast it at the enter of the gate of the city, and rise thereon a great heap of stone that remained unto this day. Verse 30. Then Joshua built an altar unto the Lord, God of Israel, and Mount Ebal. Verse 31. As Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded the children of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of whole stone, over which no man hath lifted up any iron. And they offered thereon burnt offerings unto the Lord, and sacrificed peace offerings. Verse 32. And he wrote thereupon the stone a copy of the law of Moses, which he wrote in the presence of the children of Israel. Verse 33. And all of Israel and their elders and officers and their judges stood on this side, the ark, and on that side before the priests, the Levites, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, as well the strangers, as he that was born among them, half of them over against Mount Gerizim, and half of them over against Mount Ebal, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had commanded before, that they should bless the people of Israel. Verse 34. And afterward he read all the words of the law, and blessing and cursing according to all that is written in the book of the law. Therefore, was not a word of all that Moses commanded, which Joshua read not before all the congregation of Israel? Which the woman and the little ones and the strangers that were covenants among them. You understand? So the Lord is a man of war, man. You understand? If God loved everybody, why was he slaughtering these heathen nations? You know what I'm saying? Why did the Lord send them to slaughter these heathen nations, man? You understand? Not only he wrote all the laws of Moses, and he spoke the law of Moses to all the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? In verse 35 it said, there was not a word of all that Moses commanded which Joseph read not. So he read all the commandments, man, that Moses, you know what I'm saying, commanded. You get chapter 9, verse 1. And it came to pass, when all the kings which were on this side Jordan, in the hills, and in the valley, and in all the coast of the great sea over against Lebanon, the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites heard thereof. Verse 2, that they gathered themselves together to fight with Joshua and with Israel with one accord. Verse 3, and when the inhabitants of Gibeon heard that what Joshua had done unto the Jericho and to Ai. Verse 4, they did work willingly, and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their asses, and wine bottles old and rent, and bound up. Verse 5, an old shoe, and clouded upon their feet, and old garments upon them, and all the bread of their provision was dry and moldy. Verse 6, and they went to Joshua unto the camp at Gal, and said unto him and to the men of Israel, we become from a far country. Now therefore make ye a league with us. Verse 7, and the men of Israel said unto the Hivites, peradventure ye dwell among us, and how shall we make a league with you? Verse 8, and they said unto Joseph, we are thy servant, And Joseph said unto them, Who are ye? And from whence come ye? Verse 9. And they said unto him, From a very far country, thy servant are come because of the name of the Lord thy God. For we have heard the fame of him and all that he did in Egypt. Verse 10. And all that he did to the two kings of the Amorites that were beyond Jordan, to Sihon, king of Heshbon, and to Or, king of Bashan, which was at Ashtaroth. Verse 11. Wherefore our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spake to us, saying, Take victuals with you for the journey, and go to meet them, and say unto them, We are your servants. Therefore, now make ye a league with us. Verse 12. This our bread we took hot for our provision out of our houses on the day we came forth to go unto you. But now, behold, it is dry, and it is mouldy. Verse 13. And these bottles of wine, which we filled, were new, and behold, they be rent, and these are garments, and our shoes are become old by reason of the very long journey. Verse 14. And the men took of their victuals, and asked not counsel at the mouth of the Lord. Verse 15. And Joshua made peace with them, and made a league with them, to let them live. And the princes of the congregation swear unto them. There's 49 scriptures. Module, behind the podium. Lion Salad, which means to Israel. Amadu means stand. Upon means turn the face to east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abunawi, Sabasamaya, Kudash, Aya, Shimka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Daba'a, Watazayaka, Aya, Aisha, Wawataza, Kawa, Aya, Basamaya, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawan, Wasalakanao, Kabuafinao, Kasalakanao, Kabuafinao, Wala'a, Kabayano, Monasawan, the ball, Hawasano, Mayan, Rod, Kaya, Laka, Amalaka, Walaala, Wadapar, Lawanayan, Aman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Akat, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Baba Gashah. The Thamanah. Akat. Lava Pa'ah. Call Makalah. Call Madawa. Akat. Atahar. Amatadaray. Akat. Lahati. Amati. Akat. Avakawa. The Tamal. The Garsha. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Duwadaman. In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power to heal, all men of sickness, and all men of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shah, Wa Naka'ala, Wa Lahaya, Atazah Ba'ara, Alawap Yaham, Alawafim, Azarayim, Hakatazayayim, Hakayayim, Wa Kwafim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Tuwadaman, in English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, commanding join Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahori, Ma'ayah, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma, Yahweh, Aisha, Samayan, Maratazah, Ayatan, Lamawat, Magogala, Ayanawam, Samarka, Ana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashan, Shamamar, Yaswa'ala, Yahweh, Samarka, Yahweh, Tazawaka, Ayat, Yamyuka, Yawamam, Hashamah, La'a, Yakaka, Wayara, Wa'ala, Yahweh, Yasamarka, Wakal, Ra, Yasamar, Athapaska, Yahweh, Yasamarka, Yasamar, Tazawaka, Wabuwaka, Ma'aita, Wine, Amalam, in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth Israel will not slumber. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Tamayah, Lakah, Takarash, Wa'al, Ashakwat, Kaya, Kana, Abiyabaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Emaka, Yarayamba, Sawada, Waitasawa, Yaitasawa, Tasabawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Wanakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Ashakar, Shar, Ashwa'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Naitasawa, Laba, Ikada, Ayaka, Bayah, Akaratha, Alahaya, Adawam, Wa Shema, Alahayim, or Alayam, Maba'abu, Bugari, Gabal, Waimawan, Wamala, Balusha, Yashabi, Tazabur, Gam, Asabur, Nalawa, Imam, Ayawa, Zarawai, Labanya, Lawa, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadi, Kazasarasara, Kayabi, Bunagaal, Koyaswan, Nasamawu, Baayam Daru, Hayawa, Damam, Ladama, Sayathamba, Nada, Yamagu, Kaira, Wukazaabu, Wukazaba, Wukazazar, Manad, Kal, Nasaya Kumbu, Bashar, Amaru, Nasaraj, Lanawu, Nawa, Alahaya, Lahaya, Sayathamba, Gogoga, Kukwash, Apunya, Wakaka, Kaash, Dabaiwa Yairo, Wukalaba, Lalaha, Harayam, Khan, Davadama, Basaraka, Wabasa, Wapaka, Dabalam, Malaha, Punya, Kualawan, Waya Bakwashu, Simka, Yahweh, Yabashu, Waya Baharu, Ayad, Waya Kaparu, Waya Abadu, Waya Daira, Kaya, Atha, Simka, Yahweh, Labaka, Ayawan, Call, Ratazar. Keep not thy silence in English, like it. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, and hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies make it to mold. And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They are hoping the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianite, unto Sisera, unto Jabin, at the brook of Kazan. His parents had endured. They became as dung before the earth, make their nose like a red, like Zeb, yea, all the princes as Amunah, or Slack, as Zeba and as Amunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as a stone before the wind, as a fire burneth the wood, as a flame setteth the mountain on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right, Isupk curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathens that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathens, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and their nations and their drug dealers, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments are our enemy, Amalek synagogues and army, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, Skinhead, Project Comitatus, Gay Movement, the Lesbian Movement, Spies, Workers of Witchcraft, NASA Space Program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, Open Up the Internet and the airwaves, Cable Access Channel, and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plague, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers, and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all, as the angels have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake of thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it. Saw, which means to turn. Courage salute to the brothers in the Israel, Mount Shabbat, Amadra, Rock, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Bakatham. As Matah, courage salute to the sisters in the Israel, Mount Shabbat, Amadra, Rock, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Bakatham. As Matah, Sabbath service dismissed.